What's up YouTube, Dave here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you my best deck, well not my personal best deck, Dark Magician, with a little bit of a twist, something that I've been playing on for a while now. It's not perfect, like this deck, I'm not saying this is going to top on the meta or anything like that. This is for a bit of fun. This is, it was just to see how the engine of Toad worked in Dark Magicians, if it was doable, if it wasn't, and it does quite well. So yeah, before I get into this, we did have our regional this weekend. We had quite a lot of people, more people turn up than we expected, so thank you to all of those that turned up. Congratulations to the winners, the top 8 on that one. It was a very, very long day, very, very hard fought. And I believe it was ABCs that won top. So yeah, well done to those. DDDs saw a bit of play. There was quite a few DDD decks there, but as someone stated to me, which I completely agree with, in this day and age, Maxi is just too strong against them, which is a bit of a shame. But unlike Metaphors, in a way, I think the minimum that DDDs can do to have a stable board where they feel they're protected is let you have like 4 draws, which just isn't good enough in today's game. Anyway, I'll crack straight onto this, and then if you guys let me know what you think. This is still in testing phase, so there are alternatives. As I go through the deck, I'll go like, these are the cards I would like to change, these are the cards that, you know, suggestions I might have overlooked something, I might be looking at it too closely. So I'll zoom in for you guys, and then we'll crack straight through this. So it's pretty much standard Dark Magician lineup. You got your triple Dark Magicians. Now I have cut down Dark Magician and Dark Illusion down to 2. Basically because I don't play, the draw cards that I use in this deck aren't really particularly for Dark Illusion. I don't play any Allures in here. I will explain that when I get to it. Yes, Magician of Dark Illusions is good, but I just didn't have enough space, and this was the first kind of card that I was like, right, if I want to be working on a Toad engine, this guy can cut down to try and unclog hands. Now obviously he can he can go back up to 3, and when we get to the Toad engine, you can kind of see what I would personally take out. Next up is triple Magician's Rod, because searching for days, this is the card of the deck. You know, it's a very, very nice card. Searches out all your spells and traps you need that are Dark Magician, and lets you go from there. I played the 1 D-Mock because obviously that's your argument to put Magician of Dark Illusion back up to 3, just because he's easier, more accessible. I have worked on a fusion build with this deck as well, so I will get that up there. I just don't want to flood you guys with too much Dark Magician madness. But I like D-Mock in there. This is quite a heavy spell lineup, so being able to recycle some of the spells is really, really good, and it helps you push for OTKs if you want to, because you can drop, we play Dedication through Light and Darkness in here, so it can help you turn your Dark Magician to a D-Mock and push for game. Right, now onto the Toad kind of engine per se. 3 Chocolate Magician Girl. This helps obviously unclog your hand. You can dump all of these, and you don't need to worry because we play Dark Magic Veil in this deck, so you don't mind dumping your Dark Magicians or your Magician of Dark Illusions or your D-Mock, because you can bring both D-Mock back, and obviously through Light and Darkness you can bring him back. Next up is Triple Tin Goldfish. Now this is a card that you could, if you wanted to, if you want to focus less on the Toad engine, you could drop Tin Gold down 1 and put Dark Magician of Black Illusion up, but you kind of need to have Tin Goldfish in this. Now the biggest issue with this is the fact that your level 4 target for Tin Goldfish is only itself 3 chocolate or double monk, so that's the main kind of issue in this deck. But it can work really well if you Tin Goldfish, if you open up a Tin Goldfish, summon a monk and a spell, because then you got that and then a Chocolate Girl, and a Chocolate Girl can dump for draw. Obviously we play Instant Fusion here. When we get to it, you'll see, which kind of extends the plays. So double Maxi. Now these are my alternatives to my draw power, only because of the way the game is at this moment in time. So you can easily take these out. The other options I had was 1 Allure and 1 Day of Peace, because Dark Magicians like going first, and sometimes they can't set up a impenetrable board first turn, so they seem to always be a turn behind. However, if you put 1 Day of Peace in, it lets you gain that turn advantage. Obviously, opening up with it is a little bit of a slim chance. But yeah, with this day and age and the way the meta is going, if I do get forced to go second, I can Maxi and hopefully draw from there. Now to the spells. Triple Dark Magical Circle, standard in this deck, no matter what you do. Triple instant fusion. Now, obviously, I've got when one of these becomes dead, I don't think you'll ever go through 3 in one game, but if you do, you can use these as summon a monk targets. I also have Rare Fish and Norden, obviously, in the extra deck as targets for these. I played 2 Magic Veil. Now, these can be a really nice top deck if you want to. If you've got Circle on board but no monsters, if you top deck, you can bring back your Dark Magician, your Magician of Dark Illusion, and obviously your Democ if it hasn't already been banished. So this can unclog your hand, plus you can use Chocolate Girl's effect. Chocolate Girl dumps, sends it to grave, activate Veil, you're bringing it back anyway, so it's a free draw. Then we've got Back Row Hate, so 1 MST, 1 Dark Magic Attack. These can be changed up for whatever you want. The Dark Magic Attack is just for the pure fact that it's a board wipe and it's searchable. MST is because I prefer to top deck an MST than a Twin Twister if I don't have a hand. And obviously I did try Into the Void in this deck as well. So again, it depends on how committed you want to be to the Toad engine. You can put a hell of a lot of draw power in the deck, like your Demises, Into the Void, stuff like that, just to draw to what you need. But that's if you want to be opening up with a Toad and Shark every first turn, which unlike Heroes, it's not as effective because they don't have like a Dark Claw. There is a way of putting a Dark Claw in here, but then your only target becomes Magician's Rod or Summoner Monk. So there's a possibility you'd have to use Master Change too. Illusion Magic, just to, if you've got a dead Summoner's Monk on board, so let's say you did Tin Goldfish into Summoner's Monk into Chocolate Girl, you've got a Shark Toad on board, then you've got a dead Summoner Monk, so you clear your Summoner Monk off with this guy, using this, add your 2 Dark Magician's hand, and if you've got a Navigation set, you're good to go. Your 1 Dedication through Light and Darkness, obviously to help push for your OTKs and get you your Democ out, and then obviously you can recycle any of the spells you want. Dark Magic Inheritance, banish 2 spells, search out any Dark Magician, or Dark Magician Girl, spell or trap that lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text, so you can search out, you know, pretty much anything, your circle, your navigate. Now, I run 2 Navigation. This can easily be bumped up to 3. The reason I put this as 2 is because obviously I was playing Into the Void, so I didn't always have a hand. And I don't really want to clog with this. Now, you can put this back up to 3. Like I said, I've not got an issue going up to 3 with this. Again, it's just space. It's trying to focus more on the Toad area of it. Now, the Toad engine is probably better suited off in the Magician Girl build. But obviously the biggest issue with the Magician Girl build is they're all different levels. You've got level 1s, 3s, 5s, 6s, 4s, and then if you put a Dark Magician in there, you've got 7s. So it's probably more suitable for like a reasoning kind of build. So yeah. I run 2 Eternal Soul because the 3rd one I've taken out for a Call of the Haunted. Now, this Call of the Haunted can go. This could be your navigation if you want it to be. The only reason the call's there is if I don't open up with a Dark Magic Veil, or because I'm paying so many life points with Instant Fusion and Dark Magic Veil, Call of the Haunted can be a nice little trap to activate during your opponent's turn, bring back any Magician, and if you've got a Magician of Dark Illusion in your hand, you drop that card as well, so you get a 2 for 1. And then it's your 1 Warning, your 1 Strike, your 1 Vanities. You set up your board, you lock your opponent out. It's a very, very good card in today's day and age of the game, especially if you want to be going first with Dark Magicians. If you can fill up your board during your opponent's turn with a navigation, you've got a Shark, Toad, activate navigation, Dark Magician, Magician of Dark Illusion, and then free board, haven't you? So it's very, very good. Now, just before I get onto the Toad, there is a nice little combo that works really well with the Illusion Magic, Dark Magician, and navigation. So it's navigation, Illusion Magic. Let's go with... So this is just a general Dark Magician combo that you can kind of play. I will be doing test hands with this deck just so you guys can see how Dark Magicians can work. Now let's say you've got Dark Magician in your hand and you've got Rod in the graveyard and an Illusion Magic set or in hand. Activate navigation, get your Dark Magician out. I think you need Circle on board as well. Dark Magicians can be quite confusing because they're always a turn behind, like a chain behind. So let's say we've got Circle on board. Now, you activate all of this. Now, because you've activated a spell or trap, you can use Magician Rod's effect after this resolves to destroy your Dark Magician. So you do that, but because the circle is a chain later, you'd bring this back. Oh, that's it. So you have a rod on board. You can activate Illusion Magic if you want to add 2 Dark Magicians to hand, but this one works just fine without Illusion Magic. So you bring your rod, you tribute your rod back, get your rod back to your hand, your Dark Magician's now engrave. Now, because Circle is a chain late, this will then resolve on this chain after the Magician's Rod. So activate the effect, banish an opponent's card. And then again, Magician of Dark Illusion can then be activated as a chain late and bring back your Dark Magician you've just used. So you've just added a rod to hand for free, and you've now got a navigation engrave. So, let's try and that was a little bit more confusion than it needed to be. So, dog going mental. Activate navigation, summon your Dark Magician, and your Magician of Dark Illusion with your rod engrave. Now you chain rod's effect to navigation so that it resolves backwards. So you would go, when navigation resolves, so that's done and dusted with, his effect takes priority to pop your Dark Magician and add to hand. Circle is then a chain late, so that it goes to after this, effect, target to banish. After that resolves, effect to bring back. So the reason with Dark Magicians is mainly the monster effects are after resolution. So the chain of the spells and traps have to finish first, and then the monster effects kick in. Anyway, so now that I've just gone through that, I hope it wasn't too confusing. Now we can go on to the extra deck. Now the extra deck is a little bit weird, but it's fun at the same time. Right. So, Bahamut Shark and Toad, because that is your Toad play. That is why this deck is built the way it is. Obviously, to get into your Shark, to detach, bring your Toad back. Then, when Toad gets negated first turn, you bring that back, shuffle it back to use your Shark a second time. And then, when that's gone again, you just recycle one of the waters that you've used for it. Double Ebon Illusion Magician, best Dark Magician XYZ there is. Ebon High Magician. Now, it's a real shame. This card very, 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 very rarely sees any play at all, yet every Dark Magician deck still plays it. Now, its effects is good, its stats are good, there's nothing majorly wrong with it, just it's not the way that the decks are being played doesn't really suit the way a Bon High plays. For the pure fact that he's more defensive. Like, ideally you want to go Dark Magician attack, Magician Dark Illusion attack, but then if you've got Illusion Magician, you want to be going into... It's odd one. Because, I mean, ideally, if we're going more offensive, you want to go with this guy. You want to XYZ in this guy, detach, bring a Dark Magician back, declare with Dark Magician, banish a card, attack with that 25, attack with that 25. You've done 5k damage, but you've got an XE on board that's allowed you to banish a card. If you want to go more defensively, you would go Dark Magician, Magician of Dark Illusion, overlay, a Bon High Magician, and keep all of your spells and traps in hand, and then when he goes off, you bring back a Dark Magician. So he's an odd one, a really good one. Just doesn't see the play that he probably should do. One number 11 Big Eye, again, one of the best 7s in the game. Same with Red Eyes Flare Metal, just in case you want to push the game. So there is a navigation play where you can only do 7,500 damage, which is why I used to play Fairy Tale Snow in this deck. But you can just go into Flare and then hopefully they burn themselves out. Utopia, you token the Lightning because you've got the rank 4s in there now. Castell, Abyss Dweller, Douglas of Emerald. Probably he's better in the fusion build because you can turn and you can dump Dark Magician with Prisma, and then obviously bring him back straight away with Emerald if you want to, and then go into a fusion on top of that. It also works well with Armageddon Knight, which you could put in this deck if you want, but the space is just so tight, and it's not so much about dumping to the grave, especially when you've got free chocolate there that is just going to dump and go for you anyway. Then you've got your Norden and your Rare Fish, just because they're instant fusion targets, and you don't really want to waste your Norden, your instant fusion on a Norden, if you don't have another target. Now, obviously, if you get your Rare Fish there, you've then got a Norden target to go off and make... Well, even if you go with your Rare Fish first, you've still got your Norden, so whatever Rare Fish overlays with goes to the grave. You can then activate a second instant fusion, or a turn later, obviously. Your Norden can then target whatever Rare Fish fused with or overlaid with, and you've got another rank 4 on board. You could put 2 Toads in here. I strongly recommend against it for the pure fact that you never get into 2 Toads. It's just not as efficient as Hero Toads. And then lastly, Phantom Knight Breaksword, probably the better rank 3 that this deck can run. There are obviously others that you can play if you want to, but this is probably the better choice right now. So that is it for the Dark Magician Toad deck. Like I said before, this is purely, I was just having a bit of fun, experimenting, chucking some cards together, just tweaking with the Dark Magician deck. I mean, I've gone through, it is my favourite deck, and I have gone through so many different variations of trials. Like we've had, well, now you've got Toad Magician. I've tried Magician Heroes. I've tried normal like pure magicians. I've tried magicians with a small fusion area in it. Magicians with more rank 4s in it. Magician Demise. Obviously, all the Dark Magician Girl ones as well. So it was just another step on the ladder to test out. I will show you a more pure fusion build where it's literally the Toad engine comes out for a more fusion-based build, which works a little bit nicer because you've got the Dark Magician, and it's just all about drawing into those Eye of Timaeus and going into your Dark Magician Paladins and Amulet Dragons and stuff like that. You can also mix it with Dark Magician Girls and start going into her fusions. But the second that new Apprentice Magician drops, you'll be definitely getting another deck profile with Magician Girls in it, without a shadow of a doubt. So, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of the deck below. Give us some positive introductions that you feel could be a replacement. Like I said, my biggest issue with this deck at the moment is the Tin Goldfish. That's my main issue, because if you open up with that and all your spells and traps, it's kind of dead unless you've got an instant fusion. So that's kind of my alternative that I'm looking for. I'm trying to find more water monsters to go in here. Obviously, I think it's Aqua Spirit, the one that banishes a water to special summon herself from the hand. That's a possibility, but then you're not going to have so many waters in Grave. So yeah, this is just a fun experimental test. Give it a go yourselves. If you really think that your Dark Magician needs a bit of protection, whack in a Toad Shark. Other than that, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, actually, before I go, check out the DDD giveaway. We do have DDD decks to give away to 2 lucky winners, so keep an eye out on that. I'll put the link in the description below. We will hopefully be bringing you more. Let's not forget we've got Raging Tempers coming up soon, and of course, Fusion Enforcers. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button right in the bottom left hand corner.